Good evening, class. Good evening, Dr. Walker. After reading Chapter 6 and based on additional information provided of Eastern Europe through video clips, when it comes to Eastern Europeans and Americans, it is known that we have two totally different mindsets when it comes to sports. In the U.S., I don't care how much we hate our rival team, whether that be the Alabama Crimson Tide fans at the same location as the LSU Tiger fans, or even New England Patriots fans and the Indianapolis Colts fans together in the same location, you will not see fans rioting or fans of any opposing team meeting in alleyways in broad daylight, shirtless, trying to duke it out. Like this goes on in Eastern Europe though. I'm sorry. This leads me in conclusion that Eastern Europeans people take sports very seriously and are very competitive people. In Eastern Europe, there is a lot of corruption going on in a variety of different sports, especially in soccer. According to Chapter 6, the public prosecutor had an ongoing investigation in 2012 against 17 different clubs, at least. In the Polish Extra League, the highest class in the country, at least 6 different clubs were cleared of corruption charges in 2012. In Eastern Europe, the Russians can easily take the cake for having the most win at any cost attitudes. Personally, my opinion is that we as U.S. citizens do not match the Russians' attitude about winning or even come close to the attitude the Russians have about winning. It states in the text, corruption, and I state from the text, corruption and doping are critical issues for current sport in Eastern Europe and beyond, due to the fact that Eastern Europe teams are buying and selling Western clubs. For example, during the Olympic Games, the 2008 Beijing Olympic Games, Russia won at least 73 medals and had at least 30 different athletes that were dirty on the team. Russia won 81 total medals in London, and more than 50% of the athletes were dirty. The most recent scandal would be the Russian athletes from the 2014 Sochi Olympics. The Russians took home 33 medals total. 13 of those medals were gold. Lastly, this is one example that kind of set me over the edge, and I knew that the Russian people were crazy and would do anything to win at all costs. During the 2014 Sochi Games, the Russian intelligence agents went as far as posing to be maintenance workers to swap out the dirty urine of Russian athletes and replace it for clean. That's when I knew the Russians had an attitude that they were willing to win at any cost. The attitude of the Russians have about winning in sports is unmatchable. I don't think any American team or any American would have the guts to go in and pose as a maintenance worker and swap out dirty urine for clean urine. Russians love winning so much, they love identifying themselves as being the absolute best at any cost. And this just comes from Russia as a country overall. This is just their culture. The Russians love winning so much that they are willing to give up their life. They want to win at all costs. I wouldn't call it being over competitive. Not at all. I would say they just love winning, no matter the penalty, no matter the cost. And those are my conclusions. Thank you.